Hello and welcome to the Aston Martin Valhalla. I can't really believe that I'm saying that right now because this car is so hard to find. So this car, the Valhalla, it's got a twin turbo V8 4-liter that is Mercedes based or AMG based and makes over 1,000 horsepower. It also has 3 electric motors. So yes, this is a performance hybrid supercar. I guess you could say hypercar at this point. Yeah. Now, this car was actually designed by Adrian Newey. And if you don't know who that is, totally fine. You gotta be an F1 nerd. Adrian Newey is one of the best aerodynamic designers that's ever lived. And with that being said, as you can see, pretty much every single part of this car is designed for aero and downforce. That is the main goal of this car. They didn't care how it looked, but it still ended up looking pretty darn cool. Even when you're looking at the taillights, look, they're basically just aerodynamic disc. So one incredible thing about the Valhalla is the exhaust. So you have this exhaust, which is very similar to, say, a Porsche 918 coming out back here. But there's also an exhaust down here under the diffuser. Why is that? It's because the exhaust comes out this way, and then when the wing comes up above 35 miles an hour, the exhaust forces are creating downforce on the top part of the car. Thanks to Street Speed 717, aka Mike, he called his buddy named Ryan, who was kind enough on very short notice to show up and let me check out the car. And I have to say, as somebody who's gotten to see so many things over the years, this thing feels special. It definitely gives my brain the little tingle. Once you've seen all the Lambos, once you've seen all the Ferraris, it is really neat to see something like this. I would open the back of this, but Aston Martin doesn't want anybody working on this car at all, so you cannot open the rear, which I understand. All right, let's open her up. So very similar to, say, a modern Ford GT that had the EcoBoost in it, the doors are kind of this gull-wing style, but they're solid carbon, and it's exposed the entire time when you open the door, which is really neat. Remember, kids, don't forget your key. So the next thing I want to talk about is how you sit in the car. So this cockpit had a lot of input from the legendary Fernando Alonso, championship Formula 1 driver, and he wanted the interior to feel as close as possible to being an F1 car for the street. I think the only thing comparable to this would be, say, the Valkyrie, but the Valhalla definitely has that feeling of being slumped in this seating position because you can't adjust the lumbar on your back like this. You can only scoot forward and back. What that does is keep your legs in a very F1 style position. Because if you don't know, the drivers in F1, they almost are laying down. It's very awkward looking, but it's great for center of gravity and that sort of thing. So we have this insanely beautiful carbon fiber throughout the entire cabin. To get it into drive, all you do is pull this sucker back, and then you're good to go. The door feels so far away. The owner, Ryan, of this car said he has had just about everything when it comes to exotic cars, but this one, so far, is his favorite. And I wouldn't have guessed Aston Martin. So I really want to see what it's all about. So let's hop in and have some fun with 1,000 horsepower. Hey, Editor David here. If you're enjoying this video so far, consider joining the ThatDudeinBlue membership right down below. With your support, I get to keep making videos like this, and it's only $1.99. That's it. Appreciate you listening. Back to the video. Okay, we're doing the thing in the cockpit. Engine is on, apparently. Oh, we're moving. Okay, progress has been made. But right now, I'm driving the Aston Martin Valhalla with a Corvette ZR1X behind me.
Hope you just drive this slow in real life.
Whoa, okay, all right. I wasn't ready. Red line is only about 7,000 RPM. I thought it'd be a little bit higher, but oops. Oh no, only 7,000 in a 1,000 horsepower car. Horsepower I've ever driven. I feel like I'm not braking, I feel like I'm piloting something. That's like a better way of putting it. I'm in a race car. How is this legal? This doesn't even feel... Oh yeah, it makes 1,000 horsepower all day long. All day long. Oh, interesting. So the braking feels almost like... Okay, power brakes isn't the right word, but they feel very analog. Like they have a nice firm bite, but it doesn't feel super electronically assisted. That's probably a better way of putting it. The seating position is so sick. I thought it was gonna be really intimidating because this is a really, really wide car, right? I mean, extraordinarily wide. It feels kind of dwarfed because I'm in the right spot. Like sometimes when you drive the big Lambos or stuff like that, you're like, I can't see anything. I don't know where I'm at. What is going on? Is my mirror gonna hit a car that's parked on the side of the street? This, I feel very compact and nimble, and I like how everything is like at eye level. I know that sounds very strange, but the windshield and this glass here is all perfectly this way. However, the moment the wing comes up, your rear camera is absolutely useless. Whew. Amazing. Yeah, so the fact that there's exhaust coming out the back, going on top of the wing that extends and creating downforce just breaks my brain. I feel like I'm cosplaying as an F1 driver. And it has lane assist? What the heck? Biggest shock to me is how smooth it is. I thought my back would be rattling itself to death and my posture, all these years of me working on my posture, would be ruined. Incredible. I love the steering wheel. I love how it feels in my hands. Okay. Dude, this... Alright. I am cheesing right now. Remember, David, it's $1 million. Remember, David, it's $1 million. Don't screw this up. When you hear the turbos, like, just enough, dude. Another thing you'll notice about the Valhalla is the staggered tire setup is pretty drastic. The front is 285, and there goes the zero.
This thing is brutal.
Oh, interesting. So the braking feels almost like... Okay, power brakes isn't the right word, but they feel very analog. Like they have a nice firm bite, but it doesn't feel super electronically assisted. That's probably a better way of putting it. The wing is folding as an air brake right now. Oh my god. Wow. Incredible. I think the last British car I drove was the F-Type, so quite the upgrade. I think what's so incredible is that today I've driven 2 factory 1,000 horsepower cars, and they could not feel more different in my opinion. Let me just show you how diabolical this is, okay? Oh, oh my... Holy shit, this car is so fast. That just shows that every manufacturer has their own way of doing things. And this sounds like a V8, but it's not in the V8 sense that an American V8 feels, right? It's got its own, like, well, obviously it's AMG based, it's German. I truly thought that this was going to be a rock flying around, you know, really loud experience where it's just all chassis, which would feel incredible, but it wouldn't be streetable. Car streetable, and it's weird saying that. Yeah, if you heard that extra sound, there was totally not another car next to me. Aston Martin Valhalla. Huge thanks to Ryan at Street Speed 717 incredible short notice opportunity. And yeah, life doesn't get better than this. It just doesn't get better than this. And on that note, see you guys next time. Peace.